Food and snacks, that's our jam. And as it turns out, Vermont is like the snack capital. People think we full-time in an RV, but really we're just on a snack tour of the entire country. Best known for its maple syrups, but does not fall short on jams, jellies, snacks, and breads. We have 7 savory snack stops in Vermont that you will not want to miss. Starting from the top, Cold Hollow Cider Mill. Very busy, lots of people there.
Yeah.
Tons of maple syrup, like all kinds of maple syrups from grade A to B to C and everything in between. Lots of handmade local goods. They have handmade cider there. They make their cider there.
Right.
They have this little thing that you can get like sample ciders out of.
Yeah.
The cider was okay.
It was okay. But it's interesting because you can go through and they have, you know, the glass so that you can actually see the production. You can see how they make the cider, so that's kind of cool. And
so I guess their thing is the apple cider donuts. Those things were good. In fact, the cider donuts, there was a line of people lined up for those. It's definitely worth stopping in.
Oh yeah.
They have all kinds of local stuff. There's a hard cider place across the way. Plenty of parking for your RV, so don't be afraid to stop in and try out their cider donuts because that's what you do not want to miss there.
Yeah.
Ben & Jerry's, turns out they're headquartered out of Vermont, in fact Waterbury, and you can go in and do a tour. Although they are renovating right now, they're going to be open for tours later in 2021, but their snack shop is open. You can go up and get
ice cream.
Their ice cream. You have to get there early. They open up like from noon to 7, I think there are their hours. And we tried going at like 1:30 one day during the week, and there was a line. It was like a 40-minute wait.
40 minutes
for freaking ice cream. The same kind of ice cream you can get literally at the grocery store.
Right.
But it's kind of cool. This is where all the Ben & Jerry's stuff is made. I mean, they're a big factory there, so
yeah.
I mean, it's worth stopping in. They have all kinds of gift stuff. They have merch stuff, so you can be all decked out in Ben & Jerry's stuff. They have stuff for the dog. Oh, we didn't get anything for the dog.
Yeah, we forgot.
But it was relatively painless. So you can, and then you could say you got ice cream from the source, Ben & Jerry's. Also, at Ben & Jerry's, they have the flavor graveyard, which is all of their flavors that they used to have. Some of the names were really funny. They had all the descriptions there, and they were funny descriptions.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see some of these ice creams only lasted like a year.
Right.
So it's cool to see back on these and kind of be like, oh, I remember that one if you saw it in the store. So it's kind of a quirky thing to see while you're there.
Right.
Cool place to stop by, and especially the graveyard when you're in the area. The Woodstock Farmers Market. I think this was our favorite place.
Yeah.
We spent way too much money at this place, but they have all kinds of local goods.
Right.
Their fruit was amazing there. They have local beef from all the local farmers around the area. Amazing store, wide selection of anything that you could think of.
It's not a farmer's market per se. It's a local health food store. Kind of,
there you go.
You're going to find a lot of organic, gluten-free.
Like a local Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has a cool vibe to it. There's 2 stores. The main one is in Woodstock, and then the other one was in Waterbury. The main one is bigger, and they have an outdoor, like a garden section, bigger selection at the Woodstock.
Definitely a bigger selection. Their sandwiches were amazing at both of their spots. The Butternut Mountain Farm Store. This place had the biggest selection of maple everything. Maple cookies, maple candies, maple suckers, maple magnets,
maple lip balm,
maple cotton candy, like tons of maple syrup stuff. So if you're going to get your maple syrup from anywhere, you can of course get it from like literally everywhere, every place you go to in Vermont, but this was the place to get it from. Yeah,
it's a sugar house. I feel like they've been around for a long time. And they have a good selection. They have good products.
Yep, good selection of like handmade local goods from like local artisans and stuff in the area. So it's a great place to stop in and support the local community. The Slice of Earth farm stand. So there are farm stands all over, which is a strange thing for us to see because I've never seen that before.
Not this many, no. Where we were from in North Carolina, you have your farmer's market, but it's on Saturday morning and maybe a Wednesday afternoon. You don't have these things available to you all the time.
Right.
Which I love this.
Some of them are unmanned. They're like ghost produce stands. Some of them have like literal refrigerators outside with beef and stuff in them. Everything they sold there was amazing. Their bread.
The bread's fresh breads. We picked up this loaf and the bottom of it was still warm.
It was still warm. It was on the shelf, but it was still warm.
A peach almond bread, and it was really good. All these local places support the other local places. They had coffee from a local coffee shop for sale in there. They have meat from local farmers for sale in there, which I think is really cool, that tight-knit community. Promote your neighbors, promote Vermont.
Yep, absolutely. Plymouth Cheese. Founded in 1890 by Colonel John Coolidge, father of President Calvin Coolidge. They're the second oldest cheese manufacturer in the entire United States,
Right.
which was really cool. They've been making cheese from the same place. You can go there and buy their hand-waxed, handmade cheese. They have a quirky little museum upstairs with all kinds of like old cheese making equipment, like a handwritten recipe card
Yeah.
from like their original cheese recipe. It's impressive to me that these places are still around and operating
Right.
to survive the modern era of
Right, because it's not a big place.
Right.
And it doesn't look like they would have enough room to make the amount of cheese that you would need to make to stay in business. But she was saying, no, this is where we make our cheese. They have someone in there, again, with the glass, so you can sit and watch it happening. He's in there during the week. On the weekend, he's out moving milk.
Yeah,
He's
from the
out-
cows.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was pretty neat.
And the whole area is beautiful.
It really is.
Scenic mountain drives along
beautiful.
the northern end of the Appalachian Mountains, along the river.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Vermont has absolutely taken us by surprise.
Yes.
We were not expecting the amount of snacks and the amount of local goods and the scenery.
The
So,
scenery.
absolutely
you could
amazing.
drive around all day and be perfectly content.
You sure could. It makes those 45-minute to an hour drives bearable because you
Right.
have like amazing scenery. It's always changing. And then the architecture of the old
Oh,
farmhouses.
yes.
It's just, Vermont is like 12 out of 10.
Vermont, we love you.
Our seventh and final savory snack stop of Vermont is the Quechee General Store. We didn't even have this place on our list, but happened to be driving by it. It was in a big area full of little shops, but this place was very clean. It was very wide open. They had an amazing selection of like literally everything. Exquisite maple syrups in like glass jars. They had a huge selection of like specialty cider.
Yeah, and craft beers and wines, and everything is beautifully displayed.
Absolutely.
But it almost got a little overwhelming because every time you turn around, there's more to see. There's
Yeah.
more food options and snack options and drink options, and
Yeah, we just kept adding stuff in the basket.
yeah, and then you get to a point where it's like, we have to leave.
Yeah.
We have to leave
Basket's
now.
too heavy. I
Yeah.
can't carry it around anymore. The place was amazing. Definitely a great place to pass the time and a spot that you'll be passing when you go to all these other places. So definitely worth your stop.
Yep.
And a bonus. It's not really a bonus. We completely forgot to talk about Cabot cheese, which
Yeah.
is
The most
probably
obvious.
the most obvious thing. Cabot cheese makes all of their cheese in Cabot, Vermont. So to be able to go there and to see the factory where it's all made was kind of cool,
Yeah.
especially if you're a cheese fanatic like us. They have the Cabot Village Store, which is in the town of Cabot, run by the nicest
Oh my gosh.
ladies that we've ever met.
They were so cute. So
Ah.
sweet.
Very. They have free snacks, free cheese, big selection of Cabot stuff, all kinds of Cabot merch, Cabot chip clips, Cabot beanies, Cabot t-shirts, and of course the history of Cabot and a whole other variety of Cabot related things. So we stockpiled on Cabot. Had way too much Cabot. I don't actually know if that's a thing.
I don't think so.
So Cabot, thank you for making amazing cheese. And apparently Cabot is a co-op of farmers. So a bunch of different farmers come together to provide the ingredients or the milk and
Right.
stuff to make the cheese. So it's kind of cooperatively owned in that aspect. So we really enjoy how it's made. We really enjoy how the business is structured. And of course their cheese is amazing.
Yes.
So as usual, we didn't get to everything that we wanted to do. We left a lot of snacks off because we didn't have time. So Vermont, thank you for all of the snacks. We will absolutely be back.
Yes.
We will remember this as the snack capital of the country. And if there's anything we missed, let us know and we'll add it to the list the next time we come through.
Right.
If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and we'll see you on the next one. Okay. All right, let's do it. And you can go in and do a tour. Although there were wow. Although the way
What's happening?